Hmm.
I
It's
see that.
on. It's through the PlayStation app. If you don't have it.
Oh, there's the screen share. It wasn't popping up on my thing. Sorry. Yeah,
Nah,
yeah.
you're all good. You're all good. It confused me the first time I tried to do this stuff. The
Okay,
PS app
good,
is a
good.
whole new thing for me.
You want to brief me again on what side's what? See how good your notes were.
Okay, so I believe I got this right. Left side is going to be your Toronto, and the right side, oh no, so left is going to be Toronto, and right's going to be your Los Angeles Ascension, which would be blue Toronto and red for Ascension.
Sweet. Sounds good to me. And blue for the Leafs. Go Leafs, go. They suck at hockey, but that's okay. Um, and it looks like Ascension's going to lead off Clubhouse with a Mav ban.
Oh,
That's
we got a clubhouse.
the Mav ban is obviously so you can't just open that CC wall for free, which you see on any CC cache defense, or oftentimes when teams are doing a full roam on the basement site, that CC wall and alongside the jacuzzi wall get reinforced, and Mav just expedites that process so much to make sure you don't have to deal with bandits tricking or finding Cade claws if you're trying to throw an EMP ball at it. And
Ooh,
obviously, if Cade stays up, you don't have to worry about him, the mapping the hatches around those claws.
yeah, exactly. And the Azami ban as well as the Yang. The Azami a very good ban on this map, just because it just honestly, as she's become more of a played operator, people are finding the most wicked things to do with her on every single map, even on the new consulate now that I believe is in our map pool after the last season just came out while we were mid season in our league by ourselves. But um, I personally haven't played the map yet, so I don't really know any of the really good strats with her yet. Well, I'm gonna assume that she's gonna be absolutely crazy with some of the spots. People are gonna be able to pull off with her Kiva barriers and stuff like that. But we both teams now getting into their picks. We see the usual lineups that we see all the time from these teams: Sledge, Buck, Thermite, Ace, Ash, and that's basically that's all of them. Buck, Thermite, Ace, Sledge, and Ash again on the attacking team. Solid lineup for attacking that CC room with the Wamai, Jaeger, Mute, Valkyrie, Bandit. Absolute stacked lineup. They got everything you need. The counter ordnance, you got cameras, counter drone, counter breach, stuff like that. Makes defense certainly a lot easier for this Toronto team going up against the Ascension. And let's quickly check these power rankings here. As of day 20, which was today at 3 o'clock. Toronto are sitting at a nice ninth, and Avalanche have unfortunately fallen to 10th place from their fifth place spot. In just these couple days here because of some losses, some unfortunate losses from these other teams in the league. But hopefully they'll maybe make their climb back up as Toronto's been in a pretty kind of wishy-washy place recently as they've pretty much stayed in the same place, kind of same region on the leaderboards here for our league. But hopefully we'll see some climbing out of the hole from Ascension here as we get this round started up as the attackers have stuck with their lineup besides what is that? That is Zolot's actually switching to that Thatcher play to help that Thermite out, getting these walls open with that Bandit. But I believe the Bandit's gonna be Bandit tricking on the wall, and I don't think they're gonna send an attacker beneath to try to get it. Even though they'll have that Ash, that Ash would be very strong against. There goes a Thermite charge off the wall actually from that Bandit. Messed up his Thatcher charge unless he just instantly charged it. But if he picks up both his Bandit charges and is probably gonna be able to get the Thermite charge off the wall here. Yes, he is. That is both Thermite charges gone within the first minute of the round. Excellent play from the Bandit there. That is D. Wilson, the one and the only D. Wilson. Absolutely crazy player. Even gonna get that wall up in there, but force being applied from the CC direction, and DJ's just inside and gets a frag, but then Natural gets fragged right back from Factor there as he walks in the side. Zed gets a frag. Zed gets a frag onto Savvy there as Jay gets a kill on the Croc there with his grenade. Factor's going on this side and get taken out 3v1 now. Little side left alone in sight as three defenders, or I believe attackers, are running around this site rampant, trying to figure out what they're doing here. Zed taking some shock damage as Sai's gonna rotate back up his red stairs here, but with that sledge holding it, I believe he's in some trouble here. Gonna get swung as he peeks. Doesn't land the headshot. Takes off some shots as he kind of re-peek and unpeek and going to get that reload off. Now a defender is holding every angle possible with that bomb just being freshly planted. Thermite's in trouble here as he has no idea he's on red. Free kill for Sai. That's number 2. He's gonna walk straight back up red, but DJ's right on this flank here. He's gotta be very careful with this flank here. One attacker on site. He gets fouled, and instead he gets the final frag of the round and brings the first round for Toronto. Quick round that was.
It was almost Clubhouse 101, you know. You set up guys to take garage, and you open up the CC breach, and then you kind of poke and prod until you can get Rafters control, and so on and so forth. Like you said, nothing was put in place to deal with the bandit trick there, and that was free. Thatcher doesn't mean anything if you're not pressuring the bandit from below, or from through the drill hole with a Zoe or nades or what have you, or from highway window. So nothing done there, and the garage wasn't even pushed, but clearly lack of intel on Atlanta's part there, because it didn't seem like anybody was wary of the sledge just kind of walking through cons. So really need to pick up that intel game, especially with the Valk on the table.
Yeah, indeed. And with that, as you mentioned, that Valk play, they should have had some intel on these operators here. But as you saw, I believe that was Jay that completely just walked into sight on straight through construction, and none of the defenders put up any effort in order to counter that play, which was absolutely mind-boggling as he made audible sound, walked right into sight, was able to kill 2 people that round, still got the win off with Zed getting the final 2 frags there in that round. But almost an amazing play from Sai, getting his first kill. And the defenders hopefully be able to be able to play better here. The bandit tricking was very, very good coming in from D. Wilson there, the bandit main for Ascension, and he just couldn't make it happen because the attackers just they just walked in. After that first kill from Jay, they had free sight. They walked in. Nothing was held against them, and that was that. But Mark, I do correct me if I'm wrong, Vac, but we are allowing Fenrir, correct, in these new games here? Yes, and it's odd to not see any Fenrir, as in my opinion, he's a very strong operator for the time being until people can learn how to play around his fear toxin. As Jay gets a kill straight onto Grog he gets a double kill, triple kill for Jay as he's killed as he gets on the site from the little side, but an absolute crazy rampage coming out from Jay there before he gets fragged out. Absolutely crazy play from him, as now it's a 4v2 with both defenders remaining on site here. Actually, no, Sai's actually in master bedroom after killing him there, but Skilly's gonna walk in as Metro Light takes a little bit of damage, and Skills is gonna start planting both that soft ping from beneath. He's gonna see the guy planting, gets the headshot. It's nice to plant. 3v2 now. Metro on very low HP as well. And Sai trading some shots out with that ace there. Gets taken out 3v1 now. Zed is now in trouble as he's planting the bomb. Soft ping's coming out, but they're just off, so he is not able to kill him as the plants goes down. Now it's a 3v1 now. 2 attackers on very low HP, but none of them holding Raptors. Jaeger might have 3 pushes of these Raptors here in order to get a kill. As Ace is going to drop the hatch downstairs, and Zed's going to hold this window here. As Sabby's going to try to make his way, hopefully, up this staircase and get back on the site. But one of the attackers is actually in the wall, straight on the garage there, and shoots a little bit through the wall. As they pinpoint his location, ultimately the play going to end up taking him out. He has no time to defuse. He gets taken out by CXP, and the round win goes to the attackers, which is Toronto.
Yeah, and that's one way to deal with a bandit trick, is just to kill him while he's tricking. And this time they had the intel, it seemed like. They changed the lineup. The Legion was present. I think there was a beeper on the top of red stairs, but the Yana of Jay just kind of walks up and picks up 2 free frags, uncontested completely, and then finds the third on a really good gunfight there. So I don't know who was tasked with holding red stairs or how they were supposed to use that info to play around, but it was there, but clearly not utilized in any effective means. And they're going to switch off Cash CC, which is obviously a good idea here, and we're going to Church Arsenal.
Yeah, interesting play there. As I mentioned earlier, with that whole Fenrir thing, Fenrir is, in my opinion, a very strong operator on a Clubhouse. From what I've seen through TTS footage, the technical test server, and footage from the season so far, because this new season's been out for, I believe, a week. I haven't been playing Siege much in the last week due to some just like personal issues with work and schooling and stuff like that. But I have heard a lot of good things about Fenrir, and I do honestly think that people should be playing him for as an intel operator opposed to running somebody with beepers because essentially he has 3 beepers that are always going to be
10
active
seconds
if he has
left.
all if he has 3 of them down and 2 of them that are inactive where you can place literally
5 seconds
anywhere because you
remaining.
can throw these things like a mile and they're absolutely crazy. But I do think
Attackers'
that
objective is to
placing
locate
if
a
you
bomb and
can play
defuse it.
Fenrir right on some of these sites, it's a very critical thing. Um, in order to lock down and find entry points for these attackers, being able to blind them essentially and get free intel and basically get free kills as well. So hopefully
Attackers have dropped
later
the
this
bomb
season we'll see
diffuser.
some Fenrir strats coming out. But Savvy
Attackers
gets an early
recovered the
kill
diffuser.
straight on the J. I just gonna try to walk down oil pit. It gets taken out, but Zalot's taking some damage from somebody shooting him from strip club, I believe. As he's gonna get put down to half HP, but with that barbed wire on the hatch as well, they can't exactly Habana it, which is actually a very smart play, unless they go to melee it and get some damage done on that before they are able to get that. But Pavana's going to open up a hole in the floor in order to get some sight down. But Zalots has a sneaking feeling that somebody's going to be in stock room as they got a soft ping. 2 of them are top blue now, as Wilson's going to run away and Sai's going to hold the angle there because he thinks someone's pushing. Yes, somebody is. He's going to back off and give that call out there. And sorry, and Skiddly is actually going to hold an angle on that as well. And as they're going to start to hold sector, but Zed taking some damage as well, going to skeleton key this up and sees him groaning on the floor there and does not have a pistol secondary. So he's going to pull out his gun 6 for a second there. And then he switches back. But now Wilson in a very tough scenario here with only 10 bullets in his gun. Hasn't reloaded yet. Gets the kill on Zed. 3v5 now. Attackers not looking good as of right now. Fuse charges coming out as they're going to try to hold down the site here. Hatch is now uncated, but they're going to throw another one down. Excellent cage trick coming out from, I believe that is Grok there, as Natural's going to take a lot of damage, actually. He's going to take a fight here, but Zalots gets the kill on the Sai, giving him another round about halfway in. Another fuse charge going out, hopefully gets the hatch to soft. But Grok taking heavy damage from that fuse charge there as Natural's going to creep down main stairs here. And then Grok's still holding the angle, but one of them's upstairs. And Grok is getting absolutely just cluster bombed here. Delirious gets taken out from main stairs as he gets that lurking kill he's always wanted to look for. And then Wilson's going to go for that oil flank probably. Nelv's going to go back towards those main stairs. And Savvy with that double kill straight onto the Natural Light's head takes him out as Skidley's going to walk down these main stairs straight into church with bomb in hand. He could go for a plant here, but he feels like one of them is in blue. Does not see the player in blue. Gets shots triggered out. Sees him, gets him put down to low HP, and gets taken out by Wilson. 1v3 now in favor of these defenders here. Last attacker on main stairs gets taken out by Wilson, and that's a round win for Ascension.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's a round win for Ascension as much as it is a round loss for Toronto. A lot of odd things going on in that round. It was a little bit of a full roam. It wasn't quite committed to a couple ISO players, but you saw that Toronto went right for that mid floor take. They kind of started around dirt and kitchen and tried to push their way through bar and get that middle floor control without fully clearing those top 4 players, which eventually they did encounter. And sure, it was a 50-50 gunfight with the Buck and the T-Bird in the garage, but you can really change that in your favor a lot by actually trying to accomplish something there instead of hoping your player wins. And that's kind of what ended up biting them. They got sandwiched in the middle of the bottom 4 players of Ascension and the top 4 lurkers who were there, and just putting some pressure on them, making sure they couldn't focus on something at once. And I don't know what Habana was doing that round. It was atrocious. You have an ace. Why are you putting like 6 Habana pellets or 8 Habana pellets on dirt and then 6 on, or whatever the one thing is, 6 on the floor instead of going for that match? Yes, it's cated, but there's a million things you can do. You bought a fuse for just that reason. So.
Yeah.
And
also
problem.
Yeah, and I feel like a Buck or a Fuse would have been a way better pick in order to get that floor opened up, but not being able to get the hatch open was a critical thing. And also just a common defensive strat is just to keep the hatch catered, get intel on main floor, and keep the defenders out of that main side. If you can hold down that main side and have like 1 or 2 people playing in blue, which they did, but they really didn't push in the pushing the blue. It works out in your favor usually, but now they've switched up and have gone to master with a pretty usual hold here, extending sight out into Kant as well as Cash. But Delirious taking some early damage as he tries to, I believe, spawn peek somebody from downstairs. But the Thunderbird heal is going to get him back to full HP as soon as possible. But with no jammer on the wall here, I believe. No, yes, there is a jammer on the wall. They're going to get the wall to pretty easily here without any real wall denial. And Amira is also banned as well, but he just DJ is just gonna run into sight here, no camera on him, absolutely no intel, but he gets taken out as he hears the audio. That's Grok with that first frag of the night here, headshot, great onto DJ's dome. We've seen DJ die first 3 rounds in a row, and the last 2 rounds he hasn't gotten a single kill because of his lack of intel gaining here from just running in and saying YOLO. But now an attacker outside of this CC wall here has broken through 2 of them. Actually was just going to challenge, kill into 1, but Zelos is going to kill him to Grok there with the F2. Absolutely recoil control, and that's Zelos trying to hold off the player inside of the Master 90 hallway. That's Delirious. Double kill for Wilson straight into Zed's dome there, as Delirious is going to take some damage here from Zelots. But Wilson now on this garage here, looking at those main windows, down Zelots and gets the frag, gets the triple kill for Wilson. And now it is just Skitley left in a 1v4 here. 2 defenders on very low HP. He has an opportunity to get some free kills here, but D. Wilson's just going to use that last cone station that he has to heal up a little bit. As they try to pinpoint his location here, but with 1:10 remaining, I mean, there's a lot for Skitley to do in order to get at least 1 or 2 kills here with time remaining in the round. But Wilson actually is carrying 2 of those Kona stations in order to get healed up, unless he's just picking up and putting it back down to reset the timer on it. But Scaly's going to run all the way over to strip area, and he's going to try to just get through this hot tub wall with 45 seconds on the clock now. Defenders mostly healed up, and they're all swarming this map now with no real playable time. Skilly's going to unfortunately probably run out of time before getting killed. As he's probably just going to try to play it out slow here and try to bait like 1 or 2 kills. And this is going to run on the site here and just absolutely just go crazy. But Legion Mine lets people know where he is. And now Delirious is ready for this frag as he's going to crush into the breach. 15 seconds, coming up in 15 seconds now. He's going to run in breach with doing this blue mine now. He actually have a frag here, and if he does not, Delirious takes him out, and that's a round win for the Toronto, bringing it to a 3-1 lead for them.
Yeah, with Toronto losing that round, their second in a row there, they have a good idea that they'll probably be going back to FCC unless Ascension's feeling like playing bar stage, which it looks like what they're possibly showing. But hopefully they use that time to kind of talk about what's been going wrong with their CAF-CC attacks. They haven't been great. They've been working. So hopefully they got this chance to now perfect it, as in theory, Ascension's figured out what's been going wrong, which is a guy walks into site and kills everybody and has a plan to shut it down, such as play an intel operator or watch your entrances. And we'll see what kind of happens there, as this could be the last round we see CAF-CC played by Ascension.
Yeah, indeed. And my mistake for misspeaking there, saying that Toronto got that round. I had the teams mixed around a little bit there, just watching the last player there. But now a 2-2 tie, as you mentioned earlier, and as I'm seeing it now. But we have DJ on the Finca there. Major League Rusher DJ there is just absolutely going crazy. He's just entering the building first before anybody else. But I believe, as you also mentioned, they are going back to Cash in order to figure out what they can do better to defend this site, because the last 2 times that they've played it, they were wiped out pretty easily by some pushes. But I believe they might. I think guarding red this time might be the key to winning this round. Sorry. Oh, might be the key to winning this round, because last round DJ was able to walk straight. Last time I played this site, DJ was able to walk straight up the red staircase and get 3 easy kills before getting taken out by a little Psy.
5 seconds
And
left
hopefully they
before
do a better job of guarding that this round. The Thunderbird suppressor play, along with barbed wire, instead of a nitro cell, unless she lost her nitro cell in the most recent hack. I believe she did, because
lost the nitro.
yeah, she lost. Okay, yeah, that's what I figured, because people would not be playing here unless they actually have the C4. But there's a lot of new things we got to get used to. I know Goyle lost his C4. I know a bunch of other people lost C4s as well. And I know that Clash has a deployable shield now. But hopefully D. Wilson needs to get his mana trick this time, because Guardian's going down on the wall, as well as a thermite charge. He can only get one of the two as the H charge is going to start going on. Nitro coming out, gets shot mid-air by DJ. Absolutely clutch shots coming out from him there, denying that. Another thermite charge going on the wall. Savvy gets taken out by Salats. It's the AK-12 there for you. Walks straight up those stairs, but Delirious takes out Zed. And now on very low HP, he's going to try to heal, but Rock is taken out by Salats. It's a double kill for Salats, and he's just absolutely terrorizing people from this position he has here. But the bandit charge on the wall actually reactivates, and Thermite's like trying to get the wall there. Flashbang comes out, 2-power flashbangs comes out from Thermite's and walk into sight. Gets taken out by a crossfire. Good shots from Wilson there with that MP7 in hand. 3v3 now. Attacker's looking good for health-wise, but we'll see what he can do strategy-wise here as time ticks down. A minute and a half remaining. An attacker is inside of taunt, but DJ, it's an amazing flick. It's a double kill. Gone 6 finishes him off. Absolutely crazy flick on the side. Sai had him turned around and got the kill. That's a round win for Toronto as they just are able to walk onto site there, and an absolute crazy whiff from Sai there gets him killed, and now a 3-2 lead for Toronto now. And absolutely, oh man, what a that round is just unfortunate.
Yeah, really, really poor turn of events there for Ascension. I mean, they had everything again set up right. Toronto went back to the drawing board with what's been kind of vexing them during these rounds, and it's the bandit trick. And first round they didn't deal with it. Second round they killed the bandit while he was tricking. Third round they actually used their ace Selmas at the same time as the Exo. And Bandit can get one, but he can't get both. He picked up the Exo, and you saw at the end of the repercussions of not actually getting that full breach on the wall. Thermite got killed trying to crouch and vault through the ace Selmas, but still Toronto had enough points of pressure that they were able to collapse onto the site mostly together. Again, Jay picking up some big kills on guys crossing. He won a 1v1 that was just a 50-50 gunfight, which opens up the round and lets them get that purview on the site that they wouldn't have had before they came. Well played by both teams there, and Toronto just edging it out.
Yeah, and well done by Toronto there. And being able to clean up that round so easily, but then again, DJ with that amazing kill on the Sai. Sai was hiding in that corner in construction. I know you saw it too, as Vac was just scheming, like just scanning over it, and I saw Sai start to hit shots on the DJ. The DJ just flicked straight over and hit him in his dome piece. An absolutely crazy kill. Probably the kill that would have won them the round if Sai would have got that kill there. That probably would have been a 2-3 lead for Ascension in the other direction. But I feel like right now that was just one thing that was gonna that ruined that round for them. Easily would have been turned around by that kill. But then again, he got absolutely just flick city'd on. So
yeah, for sure, that was the linchpin kill that round, as well as Zealots being able to take Garage with no utility just on the back of his gun. Super impressive there, because another key piece of map control that they'll see. And looks like going into this Church Arsenal round, we won't see Cash EC again from Ascension. Very similar setup to what they had previously, where their roamers on the top 4 were able to pressure out the players from Toronto who were pushing through, especially DJ in Garage, this time D. Wilson taking care of by DJ in Garage, and that's going to be a huge opener with 2 minutes left on the clock, and now Cam's in hand of Toronto.
Yeah, DJ now also being put down to minuscule, probably, I want to say between 5 and 10 HP after fighting D. Wilson there in Garage. But now all the remaining defenders, I believe, are on site, and Zed is on that Jackal play, as I believe that Skip was getting the hatch there, but C4 from Grok takes out Zaglots. What a crazy throw. And Grok is still holding that hatch there, and Skidley takes a lot of damage here, and it's put down to like 20-ish health, and DJ is trying to challenge a blue push here. But it might not work out in his favor, all these attackers being so spread out. What do you think? These attackers being so spread, I don't think that they're going to be able to get anything unless they have some intel here on these attackers, on defenders, besides being on very low HP as well.
Yeah, right. Like you said, besides being low HP, they have the intel, and now they have the site control. DJ gets another frag on the round, picked up on the back of a trade, and that gives the attackers a lot of access into site where they've isolated the defenders, pushed them onto one site. Skitley's gone deep. He can start to get this bomb down, and it's just now Savvy in his 2v1. Make it a 1v1. He finds one. He finds one. Oh, Savvy with the clutch.
Oh my god. What a play from Savvy, the triple kill to win the round. He got straight through blue behind all of the the attackers that were in sight. Takes out DJ, takes out Skitley, and ends up taking out I believe that was Zalot's there. No, on Zalot's there that was left there. And now it's 3-3, and it's a tie game between these two teams. An absolutely crazy round for Savvy. Well done for Savvy there in that round of that triple. I just feel like, man, that they had sight. They had it. They had sight control, and they weren't. And the one thing they didn't do was hold the one place where they got pushed from, and that's what they lost them that round there. That's a round redemption, in my opinion, for Ascension. They needed that round back from them because a 4-2 deficit for them would be a little troublesome, rather than being tied 3-3 at half.
Yeah, the club's a fairly even map right now. I think leans a little bit attacker sided, but 3-3 is nothing to sneeze at. And Savvy pulling his best Stewie 2K impression there, and just walking through the smoke in blue. I think Toronto felt like that angle was safe. It was scoped off. You could tell their attention was pointed more towards Church and getting that bomb down. And he just comes through, gets that first pickup on box 3, has the guy in his sights. He's broken the bomb. There's 2. And then at that point, it's already too late to try and re-get that bomb down. And he finds the 3rd. So well done there from him. And like you said, they deserve that round. They bobbled enough on Cash GC that they deserve to steal one on basement to get us a nice even.
Yes, indeed. And we see the usual setups here. I see D. Wilson on Osa. That's the usual culprit there. For many of his games in the past, I've seen him play on Osa. And honestly, in my opinion, for being the number ranked, I believe I said it was number 10 ranked in the team. D. Wilson is a very, I want to say, a dangerous player to watch out for, as well as DJ on the opposing team here, who's on Toronto. Very lethal player, only being on a number 9 team as well. But as we say, as everybody says in the league, solo play is not how you win in Siege, unless you're just that good at the game. But oh wait, I see the default plant spot shot up from beneath. Interesting, very smart play. From Toronto there as they're setting up this Lion skin's coming out, and also the breach can be opened up here soon. There's 3 attackers on that main wall there. A crazy push coming out with these numbers here.
All kind of clustered up there, and that impact charge is going to get one of the Salmas and make it not walkable or even enterable. Another one takes out the Osa shield, and they're just being shell-shocked out there. A lot's going on the breach, and really going to make it kind of tough. Now they're going to be limited to 1 Selma left. There aren't any more impacts to trick it with, so they will be able to finish up the breach, but they're actually going to opt to use it on Con. So this breach on Plat isn't very accessible. They really need to formulate a push where they can get in the building now. They have their kind of lines of sight opened. Where do they want to enter from is the next question. It's looking like they're maybe just hoping to get a pick, either Garage or Con, and roll off of that, but not too much is shaping up right now for the Ascension attack.
Yeah, and as we saw D. Wilson get a baseball impact straight to the face out of the hands of Tom Brady there, he just takes a massive amount of damage. But a free fire from Natty Light there, straight onto Delirious's forehead, takes him out with just an amazing audio play. But Savvy also taking damage from Zalotz, who's in Garage, half health now, as Zalot's earlier was able to heal up. But Zalotz gets down and is able to get taken out because the ammo capacity on the ARX is terrible, only having 20 bullets, and he's gonna be able to heal back up to full HP 3 times, basically, and DJ gets a fracture into Savvy there, but that stim helped him out. Natty also getting a kill straight onto D. Wilson as well. Double kill for him. Amazing play so far. Attacker's trying to sweep out Grok here, but Grok takes out Natty. As he's gonna get this walk straight through bedroom here. 40 seconds now. Gets killed from a peek there. 4v1 now in favor of Toronto here. Both sides in trouble now, as the attackers are going to start swarming him, just absolutely just mauling him down if they know where he is.
Yeah, he's going to go up. The ARX hits like a truck, but he finds the headshot anyway. Up Garage, he's got 20 seconds now to kind of work this, and he's not really in a winnable position. That case is dead, and now so is Lil Sai. So DJ putting in some more work from bottom of Garage, finishes off the round. Toronto doing what Ascension couldn't, and that is keep people out, right? They didn't enter through flat. They couldn't get in garage. There wasn't really an attempt made because that position was being held down by a 1.5 and presumably some whammy magnets or ADSs, although I don't think Andrew was on board. Con wasn't really viable. There was a shield they had to contest with and didn't have any util to clear that position out either. So no real good way for Ascension into the building. And if you're Toronto, all you have to do is just watch the entrances. If you've got crossfire set up, nobody's coming on through there.
Yeah, and I'm looking at this defender lineup here. They're actually gonna switch it up after one round win. I know they won the round, so they have to switch it up. My mistake. They're gonna be actually opting to go to church instead of going up to master and Jim there, going to church arsenal with that Cade Legion combo there. Cade good for those hatches, obviously. Legion for that intel, but Warden and Vigil are
Attackers
probably
need
going to
to
be on
locate
board
and
for that
defuse as
fragging
many bombs
potential,
as
just
they
because
can.
Warden still has that 1.5 being, I believe, a 2 armor. No, is he a 3? He's a 3 armor. No, 2 armor rather. 2 armor. I see that. I'm looking at the health bars now. He is a 2 armor. As his fragging potential skill is just through the roof after this, even after the most recent patch. I mean, the 1.5 on the MPX is just absolutely unstoppable. I would have to agree with anybody that says Warden is probably one of the strongest fragging operators right now, as opposed to
10
like
seconds to
somebody
insertion.
like on defense like an alibi or
5
et cetera,
seconds
et
left
cetera.
before
You get the
insertion.
point. But looking at DJ 11 and
Attackers'
4,
objective is to locate a bomb
his
and
frag
defuse it.
potential is just absolutely gonna go crazy right now as he's planning for a spawn peek here. Gets a kill. That's Natty actually getting a kill on the Savvy. That's the Buck off the board early on. That's I believe a CC spawn peek there. And now they're getting super aggressive on these peaks, but DJ I think is taking a shot at somebody. Gonna C4 the door open and probably do a run out. No, he does not. And Brock takes some damage as he trades with DJ there. DJ's gonna sort of run away back upstairs, actually, as him and Natty are roaming around up there as the attackers are gonna start to figure out what they're gonna do here. I believe as Ace that is on the ground droning. Yes, he is droning, as well as Grok and Delirious trying to find where these these defenders are. But Vigil is actually going to be holding above the window here, I believe. Unless he's in, no, he's holding above the window. That's Zalots. They're holding above that window as he's going to see someone probably jump in here soon. He needs to hold his trigger here, size and over the damage. No one knows where he is now. They're going to take some shots off here. He's going to back off now, but Psy now on half health. And a very not critical condition yet, but might be soon. D. Wilson gets a kill into J. That's the word off the board early, not getting a single kill there. And his fragging potential just went out the window, but Natty is coming up on the flank here instead of the Stalker player. They have no idea he's in there. D. Wilson gets put down to low HP. He's going to run back in the bar here. But now he's in the critical condition here. Might have no escape.
And Natural Light's just going to probably be forced to play his life out here. He wants these guys to be forced to come to him. Zelot's still making his presence known, finds another pick. Really good use of the Vigil play. You can see all the drones that were looking for him earlier in the round, and really starting to limit what Ascension's able to do now. They're not that much ingrained in the building. Cade Claw is still going to be naturally tricking itself as the Thatcher ball resets, and a minute left on the clock means that the attackers now have to pivot with 60 seconds and figure out where their execute's going to come from, because it's not going to be where they initially started it.
Yeah, indeed, and I believe Wilson being in low HP is not going to help as well, but Psy gets a kill on the Z-Lots, as Natty is going to get a kill on the Psy there, straight from Stalker, with a 3v2 now in favor of Toronto now, but one of the defenders is on site, but Grok gets taken out. That's a triple kill for Natural Light, 3v1 now, and D. Wilson on low health is not looking good for this Ascension team, as they're going to try to snuff out this guy with 20 seconds left. Not much you can do here. No time to get on the site. Not bomb in hand. And he is just going to be looking for a free kill here. He's going to walk near the stock closet. Doesn't see him. That's a quad kill for Natural Light. And that brings the round in for Toronto, bringing it to 5-3.
Yeah, a really well-played round from Natural Light. You could tell he was kind of biding his time and taking advantageous fights when he could. Really all enabled by the gridlock. They were starting to do their attack not quite execute, but that setup phase to get towards the execute, where they were opening hatches, opening vert, trying to find some picks. They were aware of positioning, but they had 3 tracks in pocket. Natty walked up blue, could have come up oil pit for all we care. Doesn't really matter, but that gridlock's focusing on fighting nothing in that situation. You're not really doing vert. The super shorties are there. It's not great. Maybe you were throwing some EMP balls. I don't know what was on her kit, but your priority should be flanks. If you're not going to throw down those tracks, you should be either actively watching with a gun or holding a drone. So they were 5 alive. It's tough to be on top of the flanks when everybody's alive and trying to accomplish something, but you need to make sure things like that don't happen.
Yeah, precisely. And we're seeing an interesting play here from Toronto. Gonna go to bar stage. You definitely do not see that
Attackers
a
need to
lot.
locate and defuse as
People
many
defending
bombs as they
bar,
can.
especially. I know the last time I defended bar was with a few people from this
Attackers have
league,
located a bomb.
and we actually managed to pull out a win because literally nobody knows how to attack bar. But that same goes unless you don't have a strat. Most players have no idea how to defend it either. But I feel like Toronto here has a pretty good setup. What do you think of their setup here with that Wamai, Frost, and stuff, and the Zed actually on Mira? Interesting play on this site as well.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how they're going to do it. DJ Asshole looks like he's really going to kind of
10 seconds
box
left.
insight, so I'm hoping to see vertical holes from above to make Ascension push upstairs, force their hand to push upstairs and take that top floor control,
Attackers are heading
or else
out
Toronto
towards
should be
the bomb.
punishing them with it from reverse. The closing off right now of pitch walls and everything is curious. Usually you'll see lines of sight be played in this hallway where Skitty's placing that bulletproof camera, but some sort of control should help. Emphasis right now from Toronto is hopefully upstairs. These two where both mirror windows are. I'm not quite sure, but emphasis should be there. And that's what we're assuming that Ascension's going to want to deal with first, to take that control to be able to turn it down to execute. But definitely an interesting setup. Pretty light on sight, but that makes sense because you can watch the whole thing from above. So curious to see how it plays out.
I think actually most of those floors inside of sight are solid. Unless actually no, I'm wrong. I think parts of it are, but I think most of it is just like wood that looks like it should be not breached. But yeah, the floor is actually soft, and that's Zed up there. I think his mirror windows are actually above. If you were curious where they are, I think both of them are actually above. Again, a very interesting pick, having all this stuff above, but that above presence is going to make them split up some of their efforts in order to flush 3 of the defenders out from upstairs there. They're going to set up some claymores and try to get upstairs here, but it's Grok going to open up that full table window, but he's going to swing that and take a bunch of damage and not able to get any shots landed onto Skitley there. Skitley with some amazing shots onto him there. But now on very low HP, he's probably going to back off and probably choose a new angle because no way he'd be the same angle twice and get that much damage from it. But Ace going to get a wall of production on Savvy, but Savvy gets taken out as well as D. Wilson. It's a 3v5 now in favor of these defenders here. Some really good frags coming out. We definitely see that Toronto, like beefiness on their defenses. Really good strategy here. But now with 3v5, I don't know what's going to happen now with this counterplay.
Yeah, there's not much to it right now as DJ picks up another one, and still they're not looking up. That hatch has been open the whole bloody round. You see the tracers come from it. You know it's a bar defense. You know people are going to be playing upstairs. Deal with the upstairs presence. You don't even need to kill that guy. You need to open that window on Jim. That's it. You open the Jim window. He can't play there safe. That's what you have to do first. So a lot missing from the Ascension checklist. Really just skipping steps and seeing, oh, it's bar. We can probably just walk in. But if the team is playing it with even one iota of intelligence, there's going to be holes above. And I don't know how many people got shot from that gym hatch, but that was embarrassing.
I think the Frost dropped the hatch and got one of them, but I'm pretty sure he killed another one from the hatch. So probably a double kill, actually. But I just a I've actually never seen a decent bar strat before, and that was definitely one of the better ones that I've seen. Because usually I don't play bar game when I get or a bar or whatever the room was, bar stage rather. when I play Clubhouse, because it's usually just the core 3, CC, bedroom, downstairs, basement.
Defenders, protect
People
your
usually
bombs
skip
from being
over bar
defused by
because
attackers.
no one knows how to defend it. But if you got a good strat, like this Toronto team, holes above, castles, frosts, hatches open, holes, and the whole 9 yards, you're not going to be able to do anything. As we saw Ascension just crumble as soon as they had any of that versatility used against them. But we see Jay using those brand new observation blockers, and unfortunately right now there is a glitch with them. I'm not going to mention. I'm pretty sure you two know what I'm talking about, the new glitch that people discovered. But that's it. I mean, hopefully they patch that soon, because if you've seen it and you know what I'm talking about, people know that it's just absolutely broken. But they are a very good gadget by themselves when the glitch. Being able to block any drones, zero cameras, Twitch drones, clutch drones, flourish drones, all of it. Had a Mujimmer behind it, had a Mozzie behind it, and it's a free drone right there for yourself. So honestly, not a bad, pretty good gadget, but the live streams the game with Wilson there as the round just starts. Very aggro spawn peak, it being 6-3 now, with Ascension not winning a single attacking round after the switch. But hopefully they'll bring some fire this round. Strategy they're bringing. It could be it's a make it or break it time, honestly. What do you think?
Yeah, they really need to kind of get it together here and actually enter the building, something they haven't been able to do on their attacks. They kind of get around where they want to go and have some pressure in certain places, but don't capitalize off of it. And right now, D. Wilson is actually inside. He's made it into garage. He's being drone forward, so there's teamwork, there's coordination going on, but we need to see what happens next, right? Now they're where they need to be. Now they need to start doing something. They need to start opening up these walls. They need to start pressuring this guy in cash. And it's a Wamai, so he's got a lot of utility he can use. The first piece is going to go up at the impact. So that's something you've got to be expecting right now on that wall. Another one's going to come out crouch. He should be able to impact.
It's a soft wall on red.
There you go, soft wall on red. Like you just said, means pressure can come out onto the Wamai inside of cash.
Why did they start? Oh wait, there's a defender on those Raptors there, and Nitro gets a kill, but D. Wilson trades that kill right back off on DJ. But they tried to hard breach the wall, but they're both sledge. They have a sledge and they also have the buff. So why did they not go for the wall? I guess if they drone out that red, but they ran out of reinforcements. But Zed gets a kill onto Delirious, a double kill. Actually, one more on the Grok, and that's a double from him. Wilson takes out Zalots, now it's 3v2, with these attackers being D. Wilson on half HP and Psy on full HP, and two defenders on about middle of the line, half HP here, as they're going to try to force up this red side here, Raptor side. Wilson has no idea where he's at, and a 3v1 now coming out, and the revolver takes out Psy. And that is going to be a game win for Toronto over Ascension. 7-3. Being that close to power rankings, a 7-3 victory is very big for them. No OT either. So it's going to be 3 points straight to your Toronto Paradox, and it's going to be, I believe it's 1 point for a loss. 1 point for a loss, right? If it's not overtime.